What is going on, guys? This is Kyle from the Shadow Realm TCG, and today I'm going to be bringing you a new deck profile for my Altergeist build. I picked up this deck not too long ago, actually. It's been really fun. I even took it to locals, which is where I got the sneak peek playmat. But before we get into it, leave a comment down below if this lighting looks a little bit better. I'm using a different lamp, so just let me know if it looks a lot better than it looked like Sepia last time. So, because that's just my incandescent light bulb. So, well, it's made to look incandescent, but it's an LED. So yeah, let us know if this looks better, and we will continue doing this. And of course, if you like the deck or have any comments about the deck, also put those down below. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. So for the monster lineup, you're gonna want the 3 Multi-Faker. This guy is pretty insane. He's like the bread and butter of the deck, a lot of people call him. So what he does is, whenever you activate a trap card, you can just special summon him from your hand. And then if you special summoned from anywhere, you can special summon an Altergeist from your deck in defense position, except Multi-Faker. Once per turn, hard once per turn. So that's, you have a lot of traps, so you're going to be doing that a lot. And your main target is Silcoidus, Altergeist Silcoidus. I don't know if that's how you say it. People at locals are making fun of me for it, but I think that's how you say it. This guy is really cool, and you only run 2 because you don't want to see him all the time, because he's easily accessible through Multi-Faker. So with Silcoidus, you can return one other quick effect. You can return one other Altergeist card you control to your hand, and then target one card your opponent controls and bounce it. So, unfortunately it targets. If it didn't, it would be broken, but still, bouncing stuff to the hand, especially big boss monsters, is really, really cool. And there's some pretty cool combos you can use with him and some other Altergeists. So the next 3 of you got is your 3 Marionetter. This is your best normal summon, and it has I believe the highest attack of all of them. So what it does is, when it's normal summoned, you can just set an Altergeist card, an Altergeist trap, directly from your deck. So, really cool. It gets around the Ash Blossom, and you can just search any trap you want and just set it. So, well, there's really only 2 options in this deck, but still, those 2 options are very fine. It has another pretty relevant effect too, where you can just replace it with one of your Altergeists in your graveyard. So it special summons the other one and puts him in the graveyard. This really works well with Multi-Fakers in the graveyard, because you can just special summon Multi-Faker back. So, really cool. Next, you got the 3 Meloseek. This is the weakest of all of them, and it's only a level 1. But the level 1 is very relevant. What it does is it can attack directly, so that's pretty cool. And then when it deals damage, battle damage to your opponent, you can target one card they control and send it to the graveyard. Any card. It does not have to be face up, I don't think. Yeah, it can just be one card, so it can even be face downs. So that's really, really cool. And when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you just search any Altergeist monster. So you want to send this to the graveyard a lot, because you can just search. Well, you can't search another Meloseek, but you can use it to search Multi-Faker. And then finally, your last card is Concory, the 1 Concory, because again, it's searchable. It has a really cool not once per turn effect, where when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can just special summon it and negate it. And then while this card is on the field, you can target one. Well, when it's special summoned, you can target one monster your opponent controls, and its effects are negated while this is on the field. So it's just an infinite effect veiler, and you can keep bouncing it with Silcoidus and just negate something else and negate their effects. So really, really cool combo there. So yeah, that does it for the Altergeist lineup. Next, we got the hand traps. Pretty standard stuff here. You got the 3 Ash Blossom. You just need it. And I actually went full blown this time, and I picked 3 effect veilers. It was actually really relevant in the tournament, so I don't know, he's pretty good. And then the 2 Ghost Ogre. I don't know if this is a meme at this point, but I always have 3 Ash and 2 Ghost. I don't know why those ratios just resonate with me, but I don't know. Alright, next for the very, very small spell lineup, you have the 2 Call by the Grave. This is such a versatile card. I don't think I would run it at 3, even if I could, but you know. Next you got the 2 Pod Duality. You always want to go first with this deck. I mean, of course, it's a trap-based deck, so you want to go first. And with this card, you don't have to worry about not being able to special summon anything, because it doesn't really matter in the long run. And it's basically just a draw, so really cool. But you can look at the top 3, so you can see the cards that you sideboarded in, and make sure you get them. So that's why that card's good. And then of course the 1 for 1, because Meliseek is a level 1, and if you can get it on the field, and then send it to the graveyard to search, you'll definitely want to do that. So yeah, that does it for the spells. And now for the traps, which there are many. There are many traps. This is the best non-Altergeist trap in the whole deck, because it doesn't have Altergeist in its name, and that is Personal Spoofing. This card is really awesome, and I know why they didn't put Altergeist in its name, because then it would be searchable, which is kind of degenerate. But basically what it does is once per turn you can shuffle 1 Altergeist card from your hand or field to the deck, and then search 1 monster, 1 Altergeist monster. So it just fixes your hand, which is really what you need. So next, the other Altergeist traps, we have 2 Protocol. This card is stupid with skill drain, and I'll show you that later. But basically, what it does is all your Altergeist cards on the field can't be negated. Well, the activation and effects can't be negated. So as you can see, with skill drain, with your boy skill drain, it becomes a one-sided skill drain, which is pretty degenerate. Of course, your opponent can just Twin Twister it, but you will most likely have negates for that. It has another effect where whenever your opponent activates a monster effect, you can tribute an Altergeist card and then negate it. So again, that's just it's just a built-in negation, so pretty cool. And then finally, the 2 Manifestation. This is your Monster Reborn. It's really cool. So it just reborns an Altergeist card, and then with the other traps in your graveyard, you can banish this and get back another Altergeist trap. So mainly another Manifestation or the Protocol, but you don't really use that effect too much. It's mostly just to get more board presence. So that does it for the Altergeist specifically traps. The rest of the traps are pretty generic. So like you have the 3 Solemn Strike, Solemn Judgment. Still really, really good card. You got 2 Rivalry Warlords. I did have 3, but it was actually kind of bricky. And it doesn't come up that often anymore, so I bumped it down to 2. I have another one on the sideboard just in case you need it, because with certain matchups, they just can't win with this thing on the board. So now the 1-ums, we have the 1 Imperial Order to stop all the traps, so Spell Striker. And then the 1 Judgment just to negate everything, and then the Skill Drain. So those is the best. Those 2 are the really cool floodgates. So and Rivalry. So yeah, that actually does it for the main deck. 40 cards. So now I'm actually going to go into the side deck before I go into the extra deck, because it's pretty relevant. So one thing to note about the Altergeist extra deck is you're trying to fill it with Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries targets, because really there's not too many links you're going into, except a select few. So naturally, with that in mind, we're going to be running the 3 Winter Cherries. And in my build, I don't have a lot of the targets. I only have a few. So, and I'll let you know when we get to there, but just to let you know, I don't have all the targets because they're kind of expensive. So, but if you have them, definitely put them in, because that's all you really need. Next, you got the Gamma Seals. Comes up a lot more than you think, actually. And then the extra Ghost Ogre, just in case you need it. And the rest of these are traps. So there's the 3rd Rivalry, again, in case you need it. Next, you got 3 Anti-Spell, just when you need even more to go. If you need more Anti-Spell, then this is your card. And you got the 2 Heavy Storm. This is for the mirror match. Well, it's for the mirror match, and it's for any other trap-based deck. Because it's basically a Twin Twister, but it's a trap, so you can use it to your advantage with Multi-Faker and stuff. And then finally, you have the 2 Waken the Dragon. This card is just kind of a meme card, to be honest. But if it goes off, you can play some really cool mind games with it, because you can just special summon literally anything. So really cool. You really want to sideboard it in game 2, because when it comes to game 3, if it gets to game 3, if they know you have it, then they're not going to destroy anything, most likely, so you can just take it back out. Because if it's not being destroyed, it's not a very good card, because you can't activate it. But yeah, that about does it for that. And now finally, the extra deck. So of course you're going to be running Linkuriboh, because Meloseek is a level 1, and you need to send her to the graveyard. So it's a really easy way to do it. Another way you can do it is with Clara and Rushka. I don't think you could do this on the first turn because you don't have a second main phase. I could be wrong about that, let me know in the comments, but even if you can't, it's still a good card to send basically just Meloseek to the graveyard. And this one's more relevant when you have Rivalry, because she is a spellcaster, and Linkuriboh is not. If you don't have or don't need Rivalry, always go for Linkuriboh. He's just generally better. Alright. Now for the Link 2s, we have the Akashic Magician. I don't go into her too much, but the one time that I did, it was actually pretty cool, because it just bounced a bunch of stuff, and it can be actually useful to bounce your own stuff. So, pretty cool, and it's a spellcaster, so it can survive. This, Altergeist Hextia, I would bump this up to 3. I don't have a third one right now, though. But when I do, I'll definitely bump it up to 3. In fact, with this card I would take out, because it's really not that good, and just be the third Hextia. So 3 Hextias, let's just say for now. This gains attack equal to the attack of the Altergeists it points to. So it can only point to 1 at a time, which is, you know, I guess pretty balanced. But you're not really worried too much about that. What you are using this for is to set up a really good negate. When your opponent activates a spell or trap, you can just tribute an Altergeist this points to and just negate it. So really cool, and it works really well in tandem with Meloseek, because you can just pop her and then search. So really cool. And then when this thing's sent to the graveyard, you can search your deck for any Altergeist card. So unless it gets banished, which is kind of unfortunate, if it gets destroyed and somehow you're still getting a plus. So pretty cool. The other cards that I would recommend running, maybe not 2, but a Priz Banshee, maybe just 1. But I'm trying to fill up the extra deck here, and I don't have Winter Cherry's targets. Again, I don't have that many. But this card's still pretty good. As a 1-of, I don't know about 2, but still. It's a pretty big beater, 2100. For the Altergeists, it's the strongest one. Well, I guess unless Hextia is pointing to another Hextia, because then it becomes 3000. But anyway, with this one, you can once per turn tribute an Altergeist and special summon 1 from your deck. This is really good, again, with Meloseek. You just tribute Meloseek, special summon Multi-Faker, special summon the other guy, Sulcoitus, and then search. So really cool. And then it has to be a zone it points to also. So its arrows are kind of weird, but that's fine, quite fine. And it is a quick effect during your main phase. So anyway, and then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can recycle a Altergeist trap. So put it back in your hand from the graveyard. So, you know, pretty versatile, I guess. And again, since I don't have the Winter Cherry's targets, like I've said 30 times now, I'm just trying to fill up room here. So I got the Nightmare Engine. It's always pretty good. And then the Borreload, because you could go into it. Or you could Cherries it if you're really feeling cheeky, but you don't really need to. Alright, so I have 2 Winter Cherry's targets with me. I have Dante, because I play against a Burning Abyss player a lot. It's actually Tyler, so. And then Firewall Dragon, because if you're going against an FTK, just get rid of this. Because Konami won't, so you can. Meme. Alright. And then the 2 targets for Awaken the Dragon. I have Raid Raptor Ultimate Falcon and an Ancient Gear Howitzer. So for this one, I would definitely keep, because it's just a 3500 that's unaffected by all card effects. It just doesn't go away, and you can kaiju it, obviously, but still. Really cool to bring out with Waking the Dragon. And then this one I actually recently just found in my collection, and it deals 1000 burn damage during your main phase. So if you're running into time, you can bring it out and then, do some burn damage, I guess. But yeah, again, this is probably the only one you need to play. Everything else should be a Winter Cherries target, but again, I don't have them, so. Like, for example, a Soul Day would be a good one, and Summon Sorceress, too. Would be good targets for the Winter Cherries. Anyway, guys, that about wraps up the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys enjoyed the improved lighting. Hopefully it looks a lot better than before. And, again, leave a comment down below telling us, what you think about the deck, any criticisms. We always love to hear it because it helps us grow as duelists and as a channel, and we really appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching again, and we'll see you in the next deck profile, which it's going to be a Halloween kind of special, and I'm really hyped for it, even though it's not exactly, it won't fall on Halloween because I'm in college and exams are next week, but it's still going to be really, really fun, and I will try to get it out, so. Again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.